What's up, guys, and welcome to today's show. We're going to start off the transfer news at Spurs. Good news for you Spurs fans. You have been heavily linked and close to confirming your fifth signing of this summer's transfer window. Micky Van de Ven, a centre-back from the Bundesliga, more specifically Wolfsburg, recorded as the fastest centre-back in the Bundesliga last season. Micky Van de Ven will be becoming a Spurs player in the very near future, adding some much needed pace and quality to that rubbish Spurs back line with the likes of Dyer, Sanchez and all these funny players. He looks like a good player, young, dynamic, quick, aggressive in the tackle, and that will, drastically increase the quality of the Spurs defence. Postecoglou overseeing the overhaul of this Spurs side, players out, new players in, and let's see if they can keep Harry Kane. Apparently talks have already taken place between Harry Kane, the Spurs boss Postecoglou, and the Spurs hierarchy. What that means, I don't know. I'm not, privy to that information, but crunch talks have been held about his future. No new news of if he's going to sign that contract extension or a new contract whatsoever. But the news from Germany is that Bayern Munich won't give up on Harry Kane. They won't give up. They're going to test Tottenham's resolve. They're going to test Daniel Levy's resolve. And at the end of the day, Harry Kane has the power. If he doesn't sign a new contract, then as much as Daniel Levy says, oh, he's not for sale, he ain't for sale, you're going to have to sell him. Because you can't turn down 70, 80 million pounds. And even with Harry Kane, even if he bangs 30 goals, which he probably will next season, I don't think they're going to get top four anyway. No, not with the likes of Chelsea, not with the likes of Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Newcastle, all superior teams to Spurs. And, I was a little bit reluctant to say that Chelsea were going to bounce back, but seeing what they're doing, if they get Vlahovic and if they get Moises Caicedo, I see Chelsea challenging for the top four realistically with that quality of player and all the players that they've got out. So it would be the smart thing to do for Daniel Levy to sell Harry Kane rather than him going for free and then he can go where he likes. And it probably is going to be England. So if he does have the option to join the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich, out of sight, out of mind. He's all the way in Germany. He can't really hurt you from there. And he can go and better his career, win some trophies, probably win a Champions League, then probably come back to England within a couple of years. He's only 30, coming up to being 30. He can come back to England within a couple of years and he can try and beat Shearer's goal scoring record, of which I have no doubt he can. If he's got another 2-3 seasons in the Premier League, maybe 4, I have no doubt he can. So, that's how I see Harry Kane's career mapping out. And, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if Spurs is part of the Postecoglou rebuild. Now, we're going to move on to Manchester United. Mason Mount officially unveiled as a Manchester United player. Apparently, Ten Hag was instrumental in bringing him to Old Trafford. Mason Mount's a good player. He's dynamic. He's won Chelsea's Player of the Year twice, so that can't be a fluke. He got an assist in the Champions League final when Chelsea beat Manchester City. Kai Havertz scored that goal. So listen, he's been a good player for Chelsea. He's been there for 18 years. He's come through their academy. He's a fantastic player. He's a good servant of the football club. He isn't a world beater, but he's a very good player, very good professional, and he will improve that Manchester United midfield. Now, to say that he's going to take Eriksen's place, someone needs to play next to Casemiro. So, I see Bruno Fernandes is definitely going to play. So, a midfield of Mason Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro is good. They might need a bit more. I mean, Casemiro's getting a bit on, so he probably won't be able to play every game. He played a lot of games last season, but he won't be able to play every game, maybe. I mean, he looks like he's quite fit, like he looks after himself. So maybe another defensive midfielder Man United may need. But Mason Mount is a good addition to this Manchester United team, to this squad. I have no qualms about that. Manchester United fans shouldn't have any qualms. You shouldn't be seeing this as a not a big signing. Listen, He's a good player. And the rebuild, you have to be clever. You have to trust Ten Hag. Listen, I don't give a shit about Manchester United, but I know that Ten Hag is a competent manager and he knows what he's doing. So you Manchester United fans, have that same faith. Also, talks are still being held with Onana coming back to Manchester United. Now, I believe I was one of the first people to say that I think Onana and Manchester United will be a likely destination from the fact that Onana and Ten Hag have been together before at Ajax. Ten Hag knows him, Onana knows Ten Hag, and this will be fantastic. If Manchester United manage to sign Onana for around 40 to 50 million, we'll see what I believe Inter Milan will sell him for around 45 to 50 million. Now, Onana is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Have no doubt about that. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. A modern day goalkeeper, fantastic with his feet, fantastic shot stopper, commands the area, big presence. He's an all-around goalkeeper. And yes, he's a big upgrade from David De Gea, who was a fantastic goalkeeper in the past, a proper old school keeper who didn't have to worry so much about using the feet like a Peter Cech. But now the game's slightly evolved and, you know, goalkeepers are encouraged to be competent with their feet, and Onana is one of the best in the world. I rank Onana as one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the world, along with Thibaut Courtois and Alisson Becker. That's how good I think he is. And if Manchester United manage to get him along with Mason Mount, then that is fantastic. That's a good transfer window so far, and there will be more through the door at Manchester United. I have no doubt. They need to get players out, the likes of Harry Maguire, the likes of Van der Beek, if he's still there. I know they've got rid of Phil Jones and all these lot. You know, we have to see how Ten Hag is gonna pattern it. But Mason Mount in the door, thumbs up, Manchester United. If they get Onana through the door, that's another huge thumbs up in my viewpoint. And I hope you Manchester United fans get behind your gaffer, because he is one of the best in the business. So, on Arsenal news, the payment structure has been agreed between West Ham and Arsenal. Apparently, Arsenal are going to pay in 3 instalments over the next 2 years. One instalment has already been paid. Declan Rice will have his Arsenal medical on Friday, and he will be unveiled as an Arsenal player this week. Fantastic news. We've got that over the line. Timber, everything's been agreed. The fee, the personal terms. He will have his medical this week, so I've heard, and he will be unveiled as an Arsenal player. Also, the Tchouaméni rumours are gathering pace. Now, I don't want to bring you guys shit talk, but they are gathering pace. Apparently, Arsenal are tabling a bid of around £90 million for the young French midfield superstar. And there's more than one publication and journalist that are saying this. So I do believe there's truth in this. Now, judging on how the Kroenkes have treated their other sports franchises, the Nuggets, the NBA team, they've got the highest paid player in the NBA, one of the best players in the NBA. So they're throwing money at the NBA team. They've thrown money at the NFL team that got them to win the Super Bowl. They're actually called the Hollywood team of the NFL. So they've thrown money at that. The lacrosse team has been successful. The hockey team has been successful. So it seems like, the facts are, the Kroenkes have been a sugar daddy for their 4 other sports franchises. And it looks like they're trying to be a sugar daddy owner of the Arsenal team. So if they go and splash out £90 million for Tchouaméni, I'm already convinced that they mean business with the Timber deal, with the Declan Rice, with Havertz. If they go and splash out, and previous transfer deals, if they go and splash out £60 million on Lavia, but we don't know his circumstances, or they go even more and splash out £90 million on Tchouaméni, have no doubt the Kroenkes are a sugar daddy owner, and the Kroenkes want Arsenal to compete and win all of the top honours in football. Have no doubt. And if they get Tchouaméni also, I mean, I can understand Lavia, because we're going to need another midfielder. Xhaka's on the way out to Bayer Leverkusen. we're going to need another midfielder. I think Partey will stay. I think Jorginho will stay for the rotation. We're in a lot of competitions, 4 competitions. But if we get Lavia, that's already a bit shocking to me, but more feasible because of the price tag. But if we get Tchouaméni for £90 million, a player of that caliber, man, my jaw will absolutely drop to the floor. We'll probably be the biggest spenders in the Premier League for the transfer window. I'll probably be the biggest spenders, one of the biggest spenders in Europe. Sugar daddy owners, Kroenkes, you already, sort of changed my mindset about you the last couple of transfer windows. But this transfer window, you've 100%, no one can complain about you. You are proper football owners, sugar daddy owners. You're aiming big for the big names, for the superstar players, and I'll be over the moon. And if we manage to get Tchouaméni or Lavia, and maybe another, I would like a striker. I don't know what. I'm gonna have faith in Gabriel Jesus, just because I know Henry didn't kick on his first season, and Gabriel Jesus was injured for 4 months. I do honestly think that if Gabriel Jesus stays injury free, he can get 20 goals playing up front for Arsenal. He can get 20 plus goals and be one of the highest goal scorers in the Premier League this season. I do believe that. The only problem is if he's injured, is the backup good enough? That's why I would like to keep Flo Balogun, because I believe Balogun is a better player than Eddie Nketiah, and I would like to see Flo as the backup to Gabriel Jesus. Balogun showed me enough in the French league last season to convince me that he can step up, and I think we should try and sell Eddie Nketiah, to be honest with you. And I think that Florent Balogun should be the one, because I believe he's a superstar. He's one of the talismen for America. He chose the American national team. I wish he would have chose Nigeria, but he chose the USA national team. And I believe that he is a superstar in waiting, Balogun. And if we can sort of carry on his progression from what he done last season to this season as sort of the backup to Gabriel Jesus, but still playing a lot of games in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and coming on in the Premier League with 15-20 minutes to go, Champions League, getting that experience, I believe that will carry his progression, and potentially we could have a 70-80 million striker there, and that would save us a lot of money. So bringing Balogun through would save Arsenal a lot of money. He's young as well. I believe we should try and sell Eddie Nketiah. I believe that. And Reece Nelson is good for on the wings as an option. If Saka or Martinelli, Trossard's injured, bringing him on. So I'm comfortable with Reece Nelson. I believe Reece Nelson's a better player than Eddie Nketiah, but I believe we should try and move Eddie Nketiah on to another Premier League club, to a Bundesliga club, to a French club permanently, to an Italian club, any club that will take him permanently, and move on from Eddie Nketiah and bring Balogun through, because he has a much higher ceiling than Eddie Nketiah, in my opinion. So yeah, you know what? If the Kroenkes are gonna move like this for the rest of the transfer window, you got my respect, mate. So this is going to end today's video. I'll be back tomorrow for another one. More transfer news and rumours. So please, guys, comment, smash the like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.